throughout my career and my life.
Their faces hidden under tactical hoods. The moment they appeared, the crowd knew something massive was about to go down. This wasn't the same Roman Reigns who led the Bloodline. This was a man on a mission with a new army by his side. The moment that changed everything. In the ring, Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman were in the middle of a heated argument. Rollins, leader of the Vision, was claiming that his faction was the new foundation of WWE, while Heyman attempted to defend the fading legacy of the Bloodline. Suddenly, the lights cut out. A familiar voice echoed through the arena. "Acknowledge me." When the lights came back, Roman Reigns was standing in the center of the ring. Rollins froze. Heyman's face turned pale. The tension was so thick you could feel it from the front row to the upper decks. Reigns looked at Rollins with cold fury, then slowly shifted his gaze toward Heyman, the man who once swore loyalty to him. The ambush unfolds. Before anyone could react, chaos erupted. The two masked men attacked Rollins from behind with ruthless precision, slamming him into the turnbuckles and flooring him with a double-team powerbomb. Roman watched for a moment, then stepped forward and delivered a massive spear that sent Rollins sprawling across the mat. The crowd was in shock. Heyman tried to plead with Roman, stammering excuses about loyalty and misunderstanding, but it was too late. Reigns grabbed his former advisor by the collar and pulled him close. The look in his eyes said it all. This was personal. Moments later, Heyman was leveled with a devastating Superman punch that left him motionless on the canvas. The crowd gasped as Roman stood over him, expression unreadable. The reveal of the new Shield. The masked men stepped forward, pulling back their hoods to reveal themselves. Zilla Fatu, son of the late Umaga and member of the Samoan dynasty, and Oba Femi, the powerhouse rising star from NXT. Together with Reigns, they stood tall, forming a new alliance that echoed the legacy of the original Shield but carried a far more dangerous aura. Roman picked up a microphone and declared, "The Shield isn't dead, it's evolved. We are not brothers, we are soldiers. And together we will rebuild this company in our image." The arena exploded in reaction. Some fans cheered in awe, others booed in disbelief, but everyone knew one thing for sure. This was a turning point. The new Shield wasn't about justice like before, it was about domination. The fallout for Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman. As medical staff rushed to the ring, Seth Rollins struggled to pull himself up, only to be met with another brutal spear from Reigns. The message was clear. Rollins had betrayed the Brotherhood years ago, and now the reckoning had come. Heyman, meanwhile, was carried out on a stretcher, his partnership with Reigns now shattered beyond repair. Backstage, the mood was tense. Triple H and WWE officials were seen scrambling to address the chaos. The commentary team tried to make sense of what just happened, but even they couldn't hide the shock. On social media, #TheShieldReborn started trending within minutes. Fans couldn't stop debating what Roman's return meant for the upcoming Crown Jewel event. Would he challenge Rollins again? Was the Bloodline officially done? The new era of dominance. Roman Reigns has always been a symbol of power, but this version of him feels more dangerous than ever. Gone is the tribal chief who sought acknowledgement through loyalty and respect. In his place stands a ruthless commander who thrives on control and destruction. With Zilla Fatu and Oba Femi by his side, Roman has reignited one of WWE's most legendary factions, but twisted it into something darker, colder, and more unrelenting. The Shield once represented unity. Now it represents absolute power. A message to the entire WWE. As Raw drew to a close, the atmosphere inside the arena was unlike anything the WWE Universe had felt in years. Roman Reigns, flanked by Zilla Fatu and Oba Femi, stood at the top of the stage, their silhouettes illuminated by the blinding lights as they raised their fists high in the iconic Shield pose. Yet this wasn't a nostalgic tribute to the past, it was a declaration of war. The gesture that once symbolized unity and justice had been reborn as a warning to the entire WWE roster. The age of respect and diplomacy was dead. A new reign of dominance was beginning. Roman's expression was one of cold determination. His eyes, locked on the camera, carried the same fire that had once made him the face of WWE, but this time it was different. This wasn't about acknowledgement anymore. This was about conquest. I built this place. I carried this place. Now I take it back by force, Reigns said with a chilling calmness that sent shivers through every superstar watching backstage. Those words didn't just echo through the arena, they resonated through the entire WWE landscape. For years, Roman Reigns had ruled as the tribal chief, but now he had evolved into something far more dangerous, a conqueror reborn. With Zilla and Oba standing beside him, he wasn't rebuilding the Shield as fans once knew it. He was reinventing it into a darker, more destructive force that answered to no one but him. This new version of the Shield wasn't driven by justice or loyalty. It thrived on vengeance, power, and the hunger to dismantle anyone who dared stand in its way. The message was clear. Whether it was the Vision, the Bloodline, or any other faction, no one was safe. As the screen faded to black, the sound of the crowd's uneasy roar lingered. The WWE Universe had just witnessed the birth of a new empire, one forged in dominance, led by a man who refuses to be dethroned. The Shield is back, and the world of WWE will never be the same again.